Florida Congressman Michael Waltz is a member of the House Armed Services Committee, and he joins us now. Congressman, I just want your reaction to the Biden's words there.
You know, look, I just want to say, of course, our heart goes out, my heart goes out to any young person who is struggling to deal with their identity, with their sexual orientation, but especially 5 to 8-year-olds, which is what the Florida legislation actually dealt with, not some emancipated teenager or 17-year-old. But shame on Joe Biden for distorting that to score cheap political points against Ron DeSantis. Look, at the end of the day, this really goes to the heart, though, of how progressives think, how they approach, socialist progressives approach government, where they believe government and the state and state employees know best, not mom and dad at home and not families. And that's really at the heart of what this disagreement is. And I think you're going to see people side with families all day long.
Yeah, you bring up state versus federal government, which is a really key point of what happened yesterday. The rhetoric is one thing, but this executive order that the president signed is something else entirely, directing HHS to make sure that minors, children, can have gender transition surgery. And that's something that some states have banned. So does the president have the authority to overrule the state laws?
Well, that's what's going to end up in the courts. That's not clear at all, and I don't believe he does. And let's be clear about what he is promoting here. I mean, these are young people, 12, 13, 15-year-olds that they go through these surgeries. We're castrating young boys, girls getting mastectomies. Research has shown that often these issues, they work through these issues like many teenagers do and can move on to healthy and happy and productive lives. But the age of consent is 18. And before that age, parents absolutely have a role. And that's why you're going to see when we do take the Congress back, you're going to see a parental bill of rights and parents taking their child's future back away from some of these school administrators, or in this case, federal employees that are going to be forcing some of these issues on our kids. We've got to protect our kids, and we've got to protect our parents' abilities to control their kids' lives and futures.
Congressman, I want to switch gears to this. Biden's Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm is insisting that high gas prices are enough of a reason to buy an electric car. Let's listen to this, and I want to talk to you on the other side of it.
If you filled up your EV by charging, and you filled up your gas tank with gasoline, and you have the same size tank, you would save $60 per fill up by going electric rather than using gasoline. So it's a very compelling case. But again, to your point, we want to bring down the price at the point of purchase.
Is this a compelling case, like she says, or is this out of touch?
Well, look, I think it's some honesty on her part, and I think she's really speaking for a lot of progressives within the Biden administration that deep down in their hearts, when they see these gas prices going up, they believe when you're going to have to go pay $150 to fill up your gas guzzling, carbon emitting Ford pickup truck, eventually it'll get painful enough that you'll trade that in for a Prius, or you'll go get that electric vehicle, ignoring two key things. One, the cost of an electric vehicle is more than the median cost of household income. And two, it completely ignores the fact that the cost of transportation is the biggest driver of inflation. Everything has to be transported. And we're going to continue to see these just policies fail, and we're not going to see solutions because they're cheering this on deep down in their hearts.
Yeah. And then you have President Biden sending a letter to energy companies yesterday where he yelled at them, Congressman, saying, you need to work with my administration, when he ran on a platform of ending fossil fuels in this country. It's truly unbelievable. Congressman, got to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.